We have many generous parishioners, but it seems a fair question to ask, where does our money go? Many of you would know what happens at Holy Spirit on a typical Sunday, but what about a typical week? So in this week's blog, I thought I would give you some insights into what happens in a week. Seems like no week is really typical, so I'll just describe some of the extra events that happened this week. We'll start with Sunday. Following a great turnout at our Sunday Masses and Confessions, we hosted a charism workshop. Father Keller taught it, so many people from our parish and the surrounding community came to explore how God works through them in their charism. What about Monday? Well, it wasn't necessarily a slow day. The office staff were working hard, and we had our adoration in the morning and Mass in the evening, these types of things. But it was also a great day for Quinn Upgram because he received his Eagle Scout Award. A great day for him, for his parents, John and Vicky, and for the whole troop. Tuesday, the place was really hopping with construction work. Out in the south area, in the kind of near the playground, we drilled a test geothermal well. This involved snow blowing all the snow to get over the basketball hoop into the area where they did the drilling, and they got down to 250 feet. That's a good sign because it means that there should be plenty of capacity within that space to run our geothermal when we get that all set up and the rest of the wells drilled this summer. It was also the very same day too that we started the abatement for the asbestos that's down in the furnace room. We have an old coal boiler that we have to take the asbestos off to basically cut it up and get it out of there. And so there's also asbestos in the pipes that line our current boiler's piping. And so they were down there, they had to shut the boiler off for the day, they work, and they should turn it on back at night. So it's kind of a rigmarole. And there was plenty of people working too in the school that day, getting things ready for our students to come back. Now Wednesdays are always a big day for our youth, and this last Wednesday was no exception. This Wednesday we had the opportunity to have Brady, who is from the diocese, as the youth director, and he came to speak to our middle schooler students for one portion of the time, and then a little bit later in the evening he spoke to our high school students. He shared his testimony, and it was really a good event. At the same time, our mentors who were freed up, who normally are with our small groups, many of them went over to Nick Rentools across the street, and he hosted a fish fry for some fellowship and support for all of those mentors. Of course, we had our normal Wednesday fair with our catechesis program, as well as our food and fellowship. So it's really a beautiful evening. It's one of the great times in the week that I really look forward to see everybody. And at the same time, because it all happens, the Spirit Choir was also practicing away, getting ready for their Tenebrae-like service on Good Friday, as well as Sunday morning Mass at 9 o'clock. So that was a little sneak preview of this past Wednesday. What about Thursday? What about today, right? Well, putting this vlog together, of course. I have confession tonight at Nativity, and being I don't have a Twitter account, I might as well tell you everything, right? I got my annual physical done this week. It was a good report, so nothing to be alarmed at in that regard. I even did some laundry, if you're curious. And of course, I got a haircut, as you probably noticed. Throughout the week, there were just several calls this week that Father Keller and I attended to the VA hospital. We service the VA hospital, and so it's great to provide that spiritual care to our veterans, as well as provide Mass a couple times a month, usually there. And we also have 3 funerals this week too, so we've been in a lull, but now it seems like we've had several funerals. So as you can see, there really is a lot that happens in a typical week. Thank you for helping make it happen by being a parishioner and supporting these efforts. We should all be very proud. God bless you and thank you.